our sardine curry, dude!
No, I can't give you this curry, Flip. If it comes down to it, you're going to have to take it by force, Flip.
You are a fool to anger the highly disciplined family of blue prinnies, dude! Do you really think a prinny who doesn't even know the first rule, including the word dude in every line you say, can take us on, dude?
Disgaea's eccentric and complex brand of strategy has been around for more than a decade. Each successive sequel iterates on the core foundation, layering on even more mechanics for players to endlessly tinker with. Disgaea 5 follows suit in nearly the same way. None of its ideas radically alter the fundamentals of the series, but that's okay. Instead, Disgaea 5 is a great example of why these games are still so enthralling. There are times when your options seem limitless, when you can go in hundreds of different directions and all of them feel exciting. Yet for as much as there is to dig into, the game never alienates. Its constant irreverence keeps things lighthearted, ensuring characters have value beyond their skills and stats. Disgaea 5 is a rare game where it's easy to sink in more than 100 hours, but you don't feel regret or excessive tedium once you cross that mark.
No matter how strong he is, he must have some kind of weakness.
Despite how expansive the game eventually becomes, it unravels all of the various systems at a moderate and digestible pace. You start with only a handful of characters that are relatively straightforward. Early missions are a breeze as long as you pay attention. From there, things slowly begin opening up in the Pocket Netherworld, your personal hub where you can heal units, buy equipment, strengthen skills, and more. Each of these elements comes with a fairly robust explanation, and after just a little bit of experimentation, everything is easy enough to wrap your head around.
This is it.
Of course, Disgaea 5 has a host of crazy new systems as well, and thankfully, all of them are relatively useful. The squad system lets players split characters into teams with different specializations. For instance, members of the Capture Squad kidnap weakened enemies, making them prisoners to exploit later. Another squad turns its members into giants for the first 3 turns of a battle, ridiculously enhancing their strength and enabling crushing moves. Squads can also utilize powerful attacks where the entire group assaults an enemy all at once. Any prisoners obtained can be interrogated in the new interrogation room. You can use different methods to force submission, such as physical attacks, threats, starvation, etc. Successfully completing an interrogation offers multiple reward paths. Players can convert a prisoner into an ally, make them a citizen of the Pocket Netherworld, or extract them into a liquid that buffs up a chosen character. Additionally, prisoners can bolster squads, increasing their capabilities and size. Sometimes deciding where a prisoner should go is a slightly agonizing process, but it almost never feels wasted, regardless of what you choose.
It's my turn.
Interrogations and squads only make up a small part of the new features. A curry shop provides temporary boosts to your characters. An enormous quest system provides rewards for completing small objectives. And you can even send a crew to a distant netherworld, earning items, gaining experience, and maybe even snagging a fresh recruit. New classes make your team more diverse than ever, including maids that specialize in using items, fairies who absorb magic, and brutish dark knights.
They got away. How novel.
That's the beauty of Disgaea 5. There's an overwhelming amount of things at your fingertips, but success doesn't hinge on you mastering it all, nor does the game pigeonhole you in a certain direction. It simply provides different avenues and leaves it up to you to find your own way. Do you want to grind for hours or move bonuses from one item to another to maximize efficiency? The story is forgiving enough that smart, creative play is just as effective as optimization or power leveling. Such flexibility entices you to play around as much as possible without having to worry whether or not you're using something the right way. With that said, the game does push back enough that it'll regularly challenge your approach.
I'll show you my truth.
While it's great that there's so much to do in Disgaea 5, not all of it is implemented as well as it could be. Quests are somewhat of a hassle. Players can only check quests at the shop, meaning it's impossible to refresh yourself during battle or really any other time. Also, you may accept a quest with the requirements already met. Rather than rewarding you immediately, you have to exit the quest shop menu, see that you completed the quest, and then go back in for the prize.
Isn't it normal for demons to do bad things?
Battles are just as insane as they've always been in Disgaea. Units can do special combination attacks, such as one where a character rides his teammates like a surfboard and slams straight into the enemy. Another has them forming a ridiculously oversized energy blast reminiscent of a spirit bomb from Dragon Ball Z. You can also lift and throw characters, a vital maneuver since it lets you cover so much ground. It's even possible to form a tower of demons, combining their strength for a super powerful attack. Absurd abilities are nothing new, but it's nice being reminded that Disgea doesn't shy away from ridiculousness.
Let's go!
The revenge gauge is an excellent addition to combat and frequently alters the pace of a fight. When units take damage or get killed, the revenge gauge of surrounding allies fills. Once full, a character's stats are enhanced, and special characters called overlords get a limit break-like ability that completely turns the tide of battle. Seraphina, a temptress and one of the main demons in the game, can charm all nearby male enemies, forcing them to attack their own team. Revenge applies to enemies as well. Previously manageable bosses become juggernauts of death, requiring extra caution. The sudden power surge Revenge offers on both sides prevents battles from becoming overly formulaic, along with other Disgea staples like geosymbols and panels.
Super Olympia!
Sadly, the weakest part of Disgea 5 is its story. The main crew consists of well-worn archetypes such as a brooding hero, muscle-headed brute, navel-gazing advisor, and so on. The goal is to seek revenge against a menacing demon emperor named Void Dark. Events are fairly easy to see coming, making some sequences feel by the numbers. An occasionally clumsy script doesn't help.
Nope, I love curry blip.
Yet all of these issues didn't tarnish our enthusiasm as much as they would in nearly any other game. Disgea 5 is smart enough to not take itself too seriously, leading to genuinely charming and funny moments that go a long way in smoothing over any shortcomings with the storytelling. For every necessary and serious plot point, there are half a dozen bizarre curry jokes. So many strategy games bury players in stats and micromanagement, offering a lot of depth, but they're presented with the same amount of lifelessness as an Excel spreadsheet. Disgea is okay with poking fun at itself, kicking back, and having fun. It may not entirely excuse its problems, but we'll take a good time over a more technically proficient and ultimately less exciting game any day.
Hey, hold on a second. Securing the curry is our top priority.
That's right. I don't care if anything happens to you or anyone else. But please be careful with the curry.